Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military-grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody. So, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay? We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature, because thermal imaging it creates a digital image based off the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Gas, usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient, before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my guess, my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying and flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night. That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground.
So, if they were trying to smell something on the ground, why is there a TikTok video where it shows that one of these drones is actually leaking some type of liquid mist from the drone to the ground? Could somebody please explain that one? Explain that one, and I'll get that video for you too.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at him spraying. Look at that. Look at that. He is spraying the sky again. Bro, this is fucking crazy, man. Look at this guy. They're spraying the skies. Look, he just sprayed that. This guy. This guy just sprayed that.
Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multi-copter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something.
Kyoda TikTok family. It's December 14, 2024. I'm going to tell you guys about this dream that I had last night. So this man took me to this field. It was a big field, like full of vegetables, bunch of vegetables, and he told me to walk with him, and we were walking there, and we were walking through this field, and then he points at this drone. These drones, there's like multiple drones, like big ones, small ones, but these drones are coming through, and he starts telling me about these drones. He says that to watch what they're spraying, and these drones were dropping some, you can see it kind of looked like gas, but they were dropping this stuff all over the vegetables. And he told me that to try eat one of those vegetables. So I took a bite of one of the vegetables, and I got sick. I got really, really sick, like a wicked illness, kind of like that, how that COVID-19 was, that ugly feeling. That I got that feeling, but this was worse. This one was way worse. You got hot right away, you got headaches. As soon as I bit that, that vegetable. And he told me that's what these drones are dropping. He said to prepare, to be ready for it. And he took me to another place, and he showed me these bigger drones in the air. He told me to keep an eye on them, just to look carefully. And you can see something spraying from the sky, and these were bigger drones. Like, these were bigger than the other ones. These drones were bigger, but they were dropping that everywhere. They were dropping it everywhere. You can see it, but everybody else that was looking at it couldn't see it. But you can see it, like you can see clear as day what they were dropping. It was sickness. It was sickness, and then out of nowhere, we're at another place. I don't even know where we are. But here he tells me we're in Europe. And the same thing's happening over there, but they don't even know it's happening. They don't know what's going on. But they're doing the same thing, spraying that stuff. And he goes, let people know to be ready. This is coming fast, he said. They're going to try to get all of you guys sick. He goes, everybody's going to get sick from what they eat. Watch what they eat that's fresh, because he said these drones are dropping a sickness on all of this stuff. Tell people about that. Prepare for it. And then he says, if they want you to take something after you get ill and get sick, if they want you to take something, I don't want you to touch it. Because whatever you take is going to trigger it. It's going to make it worse. It's going to get worse. He told me, just be aware of that. I looked at him, I said, okay, I'll do that. But he said, whatever you do, don't take it. And you tell everybody not to take whatever they're going to give you guys to make this sickness go away, because it's just going to trigger it. It's going to make it worse. He goes, this is really bad. This is going to be really bad. It's worse than the last one. I looked at him, I was thinking the last one. And then he talked about that COVID. He said, this is going to be way worse than that. He goes, they're doing that to get power. They know they're losing power, you guys, of control. They don't know how to control you guys no more. And this is one way of keeping you guys in your homes. That's what he said. He said, just tell everybody about that. Prepare for it. And I want you to pray for yourselves. Pray for everybody around you, that they heal. A lot of your prayers will be heard. You will heal, he kept saying. And he just said, I just want you to keep looking up at that drone. You see that one? He said, and there's a bigger one. He said, there's going to be a bigger drone. It's going to be the biggest drone out of all these drones. That's the mother drone, he said. That one is going to be spreading that, he goes, worldwide. He said, it's going to look like something from the ocean. And I said, something from the ocean. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he said, it's going to look like a fish, but this thing's going to float in there, and it's going to be big. It's going to be big. He said, what a stingray looks like, that's what this bigger drone's going to look like. And this one's going to pour poison. It's going to poison the air. And when it rains, when that rain touches you, it's going to be in that rain. When the clouds move, it's going to bring sickness. He said, let everybody know about that. And that's when I woke up. But I'm sharing this with you guys. I'm sharing my dream with you guys. And I'm just saying to be aware of it. So, all this stuff that you're seeing on TV about these drones, people saying that they're UFOs, they're not. It's all planned. It's all planned, and everybody should wake up and pay attention. because this is going to happen everywhere. That sickness is going to happen. It's probably already happening. But I want a lot of you to be aware that please share this video. This needs to go viral. This needs to get out. Tell everybody about this. I want you guys to keep sharing it before they try to take this video down. But please share it. You guys have a good day now. But please share this video.
Look at this motherfucker.
Like
Look
said,
at
this
him
is a
spraying.
warning. Just be
Look at
prepared,
that.
you guys.
Look at that.
Stay healthy. Stay safe.
He is spraying the sky again. Bro, this is fucking crazy, man. Look at this guy. They're spraying the skies. Look, he just sprayed that. This guy. This guy just sprayed that.